So I made the diagram. Obesity is at the center, and there are certain factors, and I just chose these factors that contributes to obesity. The only one that I did not say, so I'll start from here. The advertisement that you see on television leads to people thinking about the food, craving it, and ultimately to choosing to eat that food, which then causes the obesity. If advertisement for a particular food did not cause people to purchase that food and to eat it, then this malnutrition part wouldn't even have happened. It would just be crossed out, and then there would be no access to get here. So then you would not become obese if you did not allow the advertisement to really sink in. Depression, sometimes you just resort to food to feel better regarding why, just to help you feel better in terms of whatever you feel bad about or what you're dealing with. And when you resort to food, it causes this malnutrition, and then malnutrition causes obesity. Now, if you were depressed and it didn't resort to malnutrition, and instead you still maintained some kind of healthy eating style, yet still we're dealing with depression, doesn't mean you're going to have malnutrition. I'm just saying that it's something that may cause malnutrition, and malnutrition causes obesity. Without malnutrition, then there wouldn't be obesity. Malnutrition is the middleman. If someone's stressed out, for example, you're in med school, you're super stressed out. Now, your metabolism may change a little bit because you're stressed out, which can contribute to obesity. And you could also change your nutrition because you're stressed out, and you're also eating your stress away. So without this guy, you don't get here. Genetics, I didn't put the middle guy because while malnutrition could lead to that, if you have that genetics, genetics could be like having a slow metabolism, or it could be something else. And you don't necessarily have to have malnourishment to become obese with this. I think I would need to do more research on that. Low income, perhaps you can't afford all the fruits and vegetables or the best healthy options. So therefore, you choose the cheaper options, which are not as nourishing. So that leads to malnutrition, and then that could lead to obesity. I'm not saying that there's a straight shot, like just because you have a low income, you're going to have malnutrition and then obese. I'm just saying that this middleman has to be there. Now, if you had a low income and you didn't have malnutrition, then you wouldn't get here. No access. Let's say you live in a country that doesn't have access to good food, then you would resort to malnutrition because you would just be feeding off of whatever is there. That could cause obesity, or it could just cause that I would say more than likely in the scenario where you're in a country where there's not access to much food, instead of obesity, in most cases, it would probably cause having malnutrition in a sense where you're not getting enough food, so you probably wouldn't be obese. But yeah, of course, you can resort to that too. Lack of health education, meaning that you may want to lose weight, but you don't really have the information, or you don't know how to do it. There's so many ways to diet out there online, and you just don't know which way to go. counting calories, eating fruits and vegetables, or, you know, that's why there's so many eating disorders. People just don't know. And that can cause malnutrition, and malnutrition can cause obesity. Without this middle guy, then this is a contributing factor to obesity, all of these. But it has to have the middle guy in order for it to really pass through. Otherwise, it wouldn't. And that's all I was saying. And that's why I said, basically, that obesity, for the most part, and I say most part because there is this little guy over here that doesn't have the malnutrition. But I just said, for the most part, obesity is due to malnutrition. But there's different factors. Like right there. That's it. I'm not trying to get the last word in or anything like that, but I wanted to show you my diagram just in case you thought I was thinking of something else. And yeah, we can just move on. If you want to respond, I won't, because I don't want you to think that I wanted to have the last word or that I'm trying to argue with you. This is just a visual of what I was thinking.